it's Eve. Welcome back. I am here with my pet peeves part 2 today. So I did get a couple of requests to do a part 2 of my pet peeves, and here I am with them. So as I stated in my last video, as a sort of disclaimer, if this is not your cup of tea, just exit now because it is a rant video. Again, it will try to be a positive rant video, but nonetheless, a peeve is a peeve is a peeve, no matter how you look at it. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm here with a whole new list of peeves. As you can see, it's rather long, so I'll try to get through it pretty quickly. And as I was making my second list, the first thing I thought of was people begging. People always begging for stuff. You know, like if they see you eating,
"Oh man, I'm really hungry. I wish I could, can I get a piece of that?"
I'll be the first to be like,
"No, I didn't eat today either. This is all I got."
and just keep eating right in front of you. Don't be that person. That is so annoying. No one likes beggars, especially the beggars that usually are bragging about things that they have, but now all of a sudden you're begging for a piece of my sandwich. Please. I'll be the first to decline. The next on my list is people that are loud for attention. Have you ever seen those girls, and some guys too, but I mostly notice it in females, that are just obnoxiously loud for no apparent reason? It's like they do it just so they will be seen. It's just like, I have several seats, please. We see you. We see you. The next thing I hate would have to be people volunteering you to do stuff. I will use an example of something that recently happened to me. So like, I work in personal injury. So one of my main duties is to help our clients find medical treatment that they need. Well, around Christmas, one of the chiropractors came in the office, or a rep from their office came in and was meeting with me and one of the case managers. And because I set up the appointments and stuff, or the treatment, the case manager volunteered me to go on a business lunch with the chiropractic rep. I, first of all, don't do that. I don't like people. Secondly, I have already ignored the rep's attempts to go to lunch with me because I don't want to go to lunch with you. Like, I have my own plans for lunch. Don't volunteer people to do other things. Like, don't volunteer them to give people any kind of help or assistance that you're not willing to do. My next pet peeve would have to be those party-going parents of the year. I hate to see posts. Like, I'll get on Facebook and you'll see people posting about how their kids are their world, or their kids are their life, and they will do anything for their kid and nothing comes before their kid. But then you see them also out all the time. Like, there's a balance in there somewhere. You can't be out partying, drinking, and turning up every week and then posting that you're the parent of the year. It's like, make up your mind. Do you want to be a clubber, or do you want to be a mother? Okay, this next one, it's been like an ongoing issue. It's been a little quiet now since we complained to the office, but inconsiderate neighbors. I personally live on the second floor, so I try to be considerate of those down below me, but I have Bigfoot that wants to live upstairs sometimes and just stomp through the house, especially at odd hours of the night. It's like, most of us have a daytime job and we try to get our sleep. So at like midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, I don't want to hear you running through the house like Cujo's after you. Just sit down, go to sleep, take a nap. If you don't work, I don't know what they do, go to bed. But just a reminder out there, be considerate of those around you, especially if you live in an apartment complex. Like, just be considerate of the noise levels that you're putting out. My next key would be people that call you, but only when they need you. It's like any other time you want to get up with them or talk to them, they're just missing. MIA. Can't reach them. Don't know where they are. What happened to them? But it's like the moment that something's going on important in their life, or they need you for something, they magically appear out of nowhere. Where you been though? What about girls that can't compliment other girls? Give credit where credit is due. If you see a girl rocking an outfit or a look, makeup, if she's doing well business-wise, or just in general, if you see something about another female that you like that's inspirational, let her know. Don't be a little bitter hater. Don't be salty. Just let somebody know. It just really drives me crazy to know that as females, we sometimes can't empower one another and just give credit to one another and say, hey, pat yourself on the back, good job. You know, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. There is nothing wrong with complimenting someone, especially if they deserve it. Okay, I know in my last video I mentioned dining etiquette, and I thought of another one that really irks my soul. And that is when people go out to eat, but they try to get out of paying their bill by complaining. Like I know some of you know people like this, that no matter where you go, they'll eat most of their food, if not all of it. And then like when the waiter or manager comes around to ask how everything was, they complain about it just to see if they can get out of paying for it. Like, you ate all of it, if not most of it, and now you want to complain about it? Stop being cheap. Like, if you can't afford to go out, just stay at home and eat. If you're looking for a free ride, that's not the way to do it, because some of those places are going to start noticing you and talking about you. And if you don't want to be talked about, don't do that, because waiters do talk. I know, trust me. And to anyone out there that has little furry babies, I apologize if this next one offends you, but I had a furry baby once as well. I did not allow my puppy, my dog, in the kitchen when I was cooking. I think it is so unsanitary when people have their cats or dogs up on the countertops, or hand feeding them like table scraps while they're cooking. Don't ever invite me to eat at your house, because I won't come. And if you bring me a plate, I'll just throw it in the trash. The next one, oh my God. Moving, using, or taking other people's stuff without asking. If you want to borrow something of mine, cool, but by all means, please ask me. Don't just assume that because I know you, or we're, acquaintances of some sort, friends, family, whatever it may be, that you can just come and snatch it and use it. I have a little bit of OCD, so I have to know where my things are, and they have to be in their place. It's a place for everything, and everything in its place kind of deal with me. So if you're using something or borrowing something of mine, I have to know. I mean, that's just out of common courtesy and respect for someone and their belongings. But just come to me and ask first, because if you lose it or something happens to it, I'm going to expect you to replace it. So I think it's only right that you ask people. It doesn't matter what it is, how big or small the item is. Just ask first. The next one that I really, really hate, and I know a few people like this, is blaming everything that happens to you. Like when bad things happen to you, you're like, oh, I have such bad luck, or that's my luck. When in reality, your actions have some part in that. Like, I understand, I get it. Hey, things happen to all of us. But when things consistently happen to you that are not in your favor, you need to start asking yourself, what am I doing? Or what can I do to make things better? I get it that, there's accidents and we sometimes lose our personal belongings, but you can't just look at it as you're having a streak of bad luck. Yes, things happen, but you also have to take accountability for your actions as well, and just think about what you could have done to prevent those things from happening. Next would be people offering advice that you didn't ask for. No matter how close you are to someone, don't sit there and try to offer them advice that they didn't ask for, because not only they're going to get offended, chances are they don't want to hear that mess. They're already going through a difficult time or situation, and they don't need you to bring any perspective to it. Sometimes people just need to get through things and figure it out on their own. And you can kind of guide them, or try to just, hey, I'll be here for you if you need me. But don't start telling them, well, if I were you, I would do this, or if I were you, I would do that. Especially if you don't have your own stuff together, okay? Don't do that. Not everyone is gonna be like screaming for help. But if it's an intervention, that's totally different. But if it's just something that is harmless and most people can figure it out on their own, let them do that. And the last one for today is going to be those people that want to do sub for subs. Like, I have had several people, and I've had to call them out politely, either on my own comments or on their comments, because they'll say, hey, I just found your channel and I really love the content. Keep putting out amazing videos. Do you want a sub for sub? Please check out my channel. And I'll usually, I don't like sub for sub. You know, if you say it to me and I check out your channel and I actually like it, I'll let you know that I subbed back. But usually I'll just tell you, you know, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed my channel or my video. I'll be sure to stop by and check you out as well. Well, I've mentioned that to several people, and I have had people tell me that they subscribe to me, and I'll say, okay, cool, I'll check you out, thanks. And then like a few weeks later or a few months later, they'll write me the same thing again. Hey, I just found your channel and I really like it. I just subbed. Do you want a sub for sub? And I've had to tell them, look, I've checked my subscribers. I don't see your name on that list. You told me the same thing a few weeks ago. Did you forget that you said you subbed? Because obviously you really didn't sub. It's so tacky. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. Let people subscribe to your channel because they genuinely want to and they really like the content you're putting out. Begging for subscribers is the worst thing you can do because you're going to end up with ghost followers, ghost subscribers that are going to just use you to get those numbers. And then once they get to where they want to be at, they're going to start unsubscribing to your channel. So really, you're in a losing situation. I have been a victim a few times. There's a few girls that I know I've done the sub for sub with, and I honestly, or I've done it to them too, because they started to not put out any videos for like months at a time, or when they did put out stuff, it was crap. So I would unsubscribe, and then in return, of course, they would unsubscribe. So it's just, there's no winning. So that's why I don't like the sub for sub pitch. You know, it's stupid. So anyways, that is all for my part 2 today. I'm having a little cabin fever. I'm ready to get out. You know, I've only been in the house for a couple of days. It's been snowing here in North Carolina. And I still want to go out though, while it's not doing anything right now, until later this afternoon, because I need to get my nails done. I broke 3 of them this past week and I decided to rip them off myself, and my hands look so bad and my fingers are so short and stubby. I need to go get my nails done. So I'm thinking about going to do that and grabbing some lunch, and you know how it goes. I hope everyone else is enjoying their weekend so far. Stay safe out there. If you guys are on the East Coast and experiencing any snow like myself, stay warm, be safe on the road. Again, you guys, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.